Today shows that Labor's messaging on nuclear is cutting through, with the majority agreeing it'll cost $600 billion to build. Do you regret hitching your wagon to nuclear, and do you think you've done enough to sell it this campaign so far, given you haven't been to a proposed site yet?
I made the decision to support nuclear power, not because it's an easy political win, but because it's a win for our country, and I believe absolutely it is the best decision for our country. Now, the Labor Party didn't support nuclear submarines, but we did the deal, and the Labor Party eventually came to support the submarine deal. And to their credit, and I paid credit to the Prime Minister at the time, and I have since, when he was opposition leader, he supported the nuclear investment into submarines. It is the best decision for our country because it's the best decision for 19 of the top 20 economies in the world, but not for ours for some reason. So we have to make the tough decisions that are right for our country. The $600 million figure, as you know, is a complete fabrication. The independent economic analysis puts our plan at about $331 billion, compared to Labor's almost $600 billion for their renewables-only policy. Our plan is 44% cheaper than Labor's. So if you want cheaper electricity, if you want reliable electricity, and you want to decarbonise, then our plan is the plan for you. And I think a lot of Australians can look through the scare campaign. Some people will be fooled by it because they'll think the Prime Minister's telling the truth when he's not. And I think, again, it's a test of the Prime Minister's ability to sell a scare campaign. He's good at it. That's what he does. But he's bad at governing. And Australian families feel that in their own household budgets. So I think we are more than happy to talk about our policy because it is right for our country. It's not an easy pathway because Labor want to run their scare campaign, but I just ask people to research a bit further beyond what they're seeing from Anthony Albanese at the moment.
Mate, if you still believe everything Albo says about nuclear power, I've got a bridge to sell you. Fair dinkum. This bloke's running the country like it's a high school debate club. All noise, no solutions, and when it's time to face the music, crickets. Dead set, he's dodging Peter Dutton's nuclear debate challenge like it's a Centrelink call on hold. Before we dive into this nuclear-sized truth bomb, smash that like button, subscribe if you're brave enough to handle some uncomfortable facts, and drop a comment below. Who's letting Aussies down the most right now, Dutton or Albo? And if you're as over the BS as I am, grab the Albo knows best tea. It's savage, it's cheeky, and it's only $16 for the next 48 hours. Links in the description, legends. Let's get into it. Now, before you go off in the comments calling me a Dutton fanboy, let's get one thing straight. I'm not here to cheerlead for any of these clowns. I'm here to call out the rubbish on both sides. But right now, the stench coming from the Labor camp is next level. You've got Albanese out here running scare campaigns like it's Halloween every day. Oh, nuclear power is dangerous. Mate, have you looked at France? Canada? Even freaking China? They're all powering half their countries off nuclear and they're not glowing in the dark, last time I checked. And don't even get me started on that $600 billion lie. Labor reckons Dutton's plan will cost that much. Based on what? Vibes and unicorn maths? Meanwhile, the coalition's independent analysis puts it at $331 billion. That's still a big bloody number. But it's less than Labor's Fantasyland renewables-only fairy tale which, spoiler alert, still doesn't guarantee reliable power. So here we are, stuck in a country paying through the nose for electricity while the Prime Minister flaps around making TikToks and dodging real conversations. You're paying 30% more for your groceries, 34% more for gas, and 32% more for electricity. But hey, let's all hold hands and sing Kumbaya about solar panels that don't work when it's raining and wind turbines that spin like my grandma's rotary dial. Albo's out there flogging green hydrogen like it's the second coming, and now? Not a peep. Completely vanished from his speeches. It was central to his plan. Now it's just another ghost policy, buried with integrity and logic. You know what that means? Even he knows it was all smoke and mirrors. But he's banking on you forgetting. Classic political magic trick: misdirect, distract, and disappear. And don't fall for the media's little love affair with the guy either. You've got journos spoon-feeding Labor lines like it's a bloody buffet and no one's asking the hard questions. Meanwhile, Dutton's out there actually asking for a debate, and Albo's treating it like it's an ex trying to catch up for coffee. Mate, grow a spine. And look, Dutton ain't perfect. Not by a long shot, but at least he's not pretending the rest of the world doesn't exist. He's pointing to the actual data. 19 of the top 20 economies are using nuclear power.
You reckon we are the only ones who know better? Give me a break. This idea that Aussies are too dumb or too fragile to handle nuclear is insulting.
We built the snowy hydro. We've got some of the smartest engineers in the world, and we are sitting on the tech. But instead, we are importing batteries from China and pretending that'll save the reef. Wake up. The biggest joke?
Albanese and his mob didn't even support nuclear submarines at first.
But when it became politically convenient, suddenly they are on board. That's not leadership, that's cowardice dressed in compromise. And here's the part that'll really bake your noodle. Labor's renewable push isn't even about the environment. It's about control.
About funneling money into projects their donors and mates can cash in on. Follow the money legends.
Wind farms and solar panels don't grow on trees, they are built by companies getting fat off government subsidies. Meanwhile, your power bill keeps climbing like a kookaburra on Red Bull. Now, I know some of you watching reckon nuclear's risky. You've been told it's unsafe, that there's no solution for waste, blah blah blah. But guess what?
That tech has come leaps and bounds since the 80s.
We are talking small modular reactors, passive safety systems, zero emissions. We are not talking Chernobyl here, we are talking iPhone-level upgrades to energy. And while Albo's busy trying to scare you with Simpsons episodes, the rest of the world is moving ahead without us. And here's the kicker. This isn't even just about power. It's about freedom.
Energy independence.
Not being held hostage by weather patterns or global gas prices.
Not being bent over every time a coal plant shuts down.
You want cheap, reliable, clean energy?
Then stop letting your politics be shaped by people who think saying net zero is the same as actually having a plan.
Albanese says he believes in climate change. Great.
So do I. But believing in it doesn't mean you have to throw logic in the bin.
If we want to decarbonize, if we want to hit net zero without bankrupting the entire country, then nuclear's the only real option. End of story.
But that conversation scares them. Because it means admitting they've been wrong for years. It means giving up the moral high ground and actually engaging in science instead of slogans.
So I'll say this loud and clear. Albo, if you're watching this, debate the man.
Debate Dutton. Put your money where your mouth is. And if you won't, then stop pretending to be the grown-up in the room.
And for the rest of you legends out there, if you're sick of the lies, the fear-mongering, the endless gaslighting, then do something about it. Speak up.
Share this video.
Smash that like button. Subscribe for more political truth bombs, and grab the Albo Knows Best tea while it's still $16.
Links in the description.
It's sarcastic, spicy, and guaranteed to trigger every latte sipper within a 5-kilometer radius. Until next time, stay smart, stay loud, and don't let the bastards fry your brain with solar-powered spin.